you know, who are we to say that's wrong? It's the way people mock you and insult you.
Right.
That's why I covered up my mom, because the neighbor boys were laughing at her, and I didn't want them laughing at her.
Very good.
And I couldn't take every single one of them on, so it was just easier to cover her up, and then go after them. You know?
Right. Very well said. Chapter 10, Nations Descending from Noah. These are the generations, remember it's plural, of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madin, Java, Tubal, Mesha, and Tez. The sons of Gorm and Ashon, Rathan, and Tan. Like you say, I just want to apologize, but these, I don't do well with these kinds of words. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Mamre, Jamin, Mesha, and Tish. The sons of Gomer, Ashlan, Rukpath, and Tormeth. The sons of Java, Ilshan, Tenran, Kiman, Dorman. From these the coastlands people spread in their lands, each with his own language, by their clans in their nations.
Okay, so how did they learn a different language?
Thank you very much. That's what I've been saying. If you go back, and this is what I learned when I wrote my book, what people learn if they take Genesis seriously. Genesis covers multi-dimensions and generations. And it's not a flat surface where you just walk through. And this is why people don't take it significantly, because, No, this is a book that covers in its own way a multiple of states. If you go just for a second, hold on here. Let's see. Maybe we haven't come to it yet. Oh yes. Go back to chapter 2. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created. In the day, so you have two dimensions there, of the Lord made the earth and the heavens. So there's just so much here, and it's like on a day, it's 7 days, and it's this, you just.
But that doesn't explain the fact that these individuals went off on their separate directions, and they decided amongst themselves, separate from their brothers, to create a different language.
Right, but like I say, the point is that I'm trying to make, and I agree with you, it's there's just all kinds of time frames that are given, and ones that are not, and it's just the way it is. Let's go.
Yeah, because it wasn't Babylon that created the different languages.
Right.
It was here in the beginning.
And like I say, it's, read my book, God's Poetic and Creational Word. It starts the conversation, as they say. Alright. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and we did all that, yes. From these, the coastland people spread in their lands, each with his own language, by their clans in their nations. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Zebah, and Abba, Sephath, Remus, and Sikkim. The sons of Raman, Zidon, and Nim. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. Very important line. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. Oh, by the way, just to throw this out, since the influence of the various dimensions in our own country are great. Much of this is reflected in the Constitution and what they believe, and it's very interesting. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Zebah, and Evan.
You're done at 9.
Huh?
He was a mighty hunter before the Lord.
Yes. What did I miss that?
9.
I'm not there yet.
Yes, you are.
Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first in earth to be a mighty hunter. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Ekron, Ammon, and Canaan, in the land of Shin. From that land he went into Assyria and built Nevion. Rebon, Shin. Kalan, Resen, between Nibia and Cush, that is a great city. Egypt fathered Luba, Eda, and Laman, Niprian, Pantheon, from whom the Philistines came, and Cushtan. Since you've seen it says, Egypt fathered. Who was Egypt? Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, and Heber, and the Jerites and Amorites, the Gershonites and Hivites and Emans, the Sinites, Abbats, Zippos, and Hun. Afterwards, the clans of the Canaanites dispersed, and the territory of Canaan extended from Sidon in the direction of Rim as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Amian and Zemah as far as Rim. These are the sons of Ham by their clans, their language, their lands, and their nations. To Shem also, the father of all the children of Ebah, the elder of his children were born, and the sons of Shem, apparent father Shem, and Sedem. To Ether was born 2 sons. The name of one was Pegas, for in his day the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan fathered Amorite, Shem, and Jobah, and all these were the sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Seba to the hill country of the east. These are the sons of Shem by their clan, their language, their lands, and their nations. These are the clans of the son of Noah, according to the genealogies in their nations. And from these the nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. I apologize that I cannot pronounce all these the way I should. I just don't, and I never will. But what is important here, if I may conclude on this remark, you notice how he says created Egypt in various countries. Again, I keep going back to the central thesis is that we are just, if you go back to chapter 2, these are the days, and just the multi-dimensions of Genesis are immense. And it's like, this is why God spoke and not just pressed and destined. Anything from you, Christina?
No, it's just interesting how way back in the beginning, we learn to separate, go our own way, learn a different language from our brother, do things differently so that we weren't like our family members. And no one took it as an insult. The brothers never got back together, never had family outings. They did their own thing, they lived their own ways, they chose a different language. They lived in the land. They obviously didn't always follow the rules of God from that point, because death was still something that they did. Egypt did enslave the Jews at some point. So all these things that we see today started way back then in the beginning. Nothing has really changed over the centuries, and the church tries to influence us by saying unity, 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 family, 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 but you take Noah's family, who separated, who went their ways, who killed one another. I'm just saying we need to look at something more than just, oh my gosh, you're my family, you're my blood, you're my this, and start looking at the mere fact that everyone on this planet is somehow related to each other, because it all started right here. This is what started it. And just because they went off in their separate directions and never saw each other again does not stop the fact that they are all one. Your fingers separate on your hand, but it's still attached to your palm. That's still attached to your arm. That's still attached to your shoulder. It's like we are all one and the same. We all come from this. We all started here. We may have branched out,